It's Halloween, and you know what that means? Vampires, scurrying around all over the place and trying to get ya. You're relaxing? They're in the bushes. So instead of wearing that stinky garlic necklace or lugging around that heavy wooden stake, try Flavors of the Forest Vampire Repellent. Just sprinkle a little on your food before venturing outside, and those bloodthirsty undead are sure to run the other way. Flavors of the Forest Vampire Repellent. Bite back at flavorsforest.com/vampire. For flavor beyond this realm.
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
I promise you, this is not a political podcast.
Jump in the deep end of the pool, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. 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 Set up the mood.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, let's make deposits into the bank of knowledge. Welcome back to Paranoi Radio Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Trebles Garcia, and I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to be here today. And I want to thank every single one of you for allowing me to enter your space. Guys, I have an amazing episode lined up with an amazing special guest. But before anything, I want to make sure that you guys are triggered and also emotionally damaged to go and check us out at paranoidradio.com. Drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts on Spotify. That allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. And remember that the most important thing that you can do for the show is word of mouth. Check us out. Tell your sexy cousin, your ugly cousin, your sexy auntie, your ugly auntie, and everybody else that you think is beautiful around your family, friends, and colleagues about the freaking show. Guys, we have an amazing episode. I'm telling you, with another returning guest. Let's jump in from the deep end on the point, set the freaking mood. He's been here before. He is probably one of the biggest podcasters I've met in the past 2 years. He's blown the hell up. He's done roundtables. He's done a book. He has research. He has a beautiful presentation, an awesome YouTube channel. Make sure you check out Justin Brown, Doc Brown from the Prometheus Lens podcast. What's up, Doc?
Hey, brother. Thank you for having me back. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thank you for giving me your time and your wisdom and donating some more stuff here at Paranoi Radio Podcast, my humble little show from LA. You know, hey, you're blowing the freak up out there, bro. Doing great stuff. Look at you go, bro. You know what? I haven't dived completely into your book yet, but I'm hearing a lot of great stuff. You were here twice to tell me about your book before you finished publishing the book, and then after you published the book, and now that you are experiencing the fame, the stardom, how do you feel?
I don't feel any different, man. Still got to tie my shoes, put my work pants on, and go to work at 5 a.m. every single day. But no, it's a process, man. It's always different on the other side of the fence. You know, you look at some of these big name shows, like, man, they got it made. That's where I want to be. If I could just do X, Y, Z, then I will be where I want to be. And that was me. And now from the other side of the fence, it probably looks like I am smashing it, but I'm still not doing what I want to do. I'm not doing this full time. I still got to work. And so none of that's changed, but I do recognize the blessings that the Lord has bestowed upon me, because it's not me, but it's a grind, man. You just got to, put your work pants on every single day, put your head down and lean in, man. And that's what I do. I just love these conversations, man. I love learning all this stuff, having these conversations. And I think that's what kind of pushes me. I think some people that come in with ulterior motives, like they come in just to get, their 15 minutes of fame and famous, or just making a lot of money. They fizzle out, because, it's like going to the gym. You go to the gym and you start working out and you work hard, man, for like a month, but then you don't get steroid jacked. You're like, oh man, this is too hard, I quit. And that's what happens a lot in this space. But I think if you love what you do, you're never working. So it's like, I'm having a good time learning this stuff, talking to these people, and it's just a bonus that other people like to listen to.
I have to agree. Today is Tuesday, guys. This happened right now. So I got out of work about an hour and a half ago. I drove in alley traffic on the 105, then got off at Southgate, and then had to come back home, not only eat, feed my youngest, and then sell my car, because I was also getting rid of a vehicle. And the guy's waiting for me outside. I'm doing the paperwork. I'm drinking a soda. I'm trying to eat a sandwich while I'm telling my baby not to come out the door. And at the same time, while all of that's happening, I'm looking at the clock because I have 10 minutes left to record with Doc Brown. And I don't regret it. And I'm not complaining. I'm going to tell you something. It's a lifestyle. It becomes part of you. I love podcasting so freaking much, bro. And I like to say this, and I'm going to say this very loud and proud. I think I am the best Latino conspiracy podcaster in the freaking planet. I am Conspiracy Poppy. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to take it to the freaking grave. I'm telling you right now. I'm very humbled, but I'm also very proud about what I do and the people that I've connected with, for example, you. And like you said, bro, you said something on the book. You wrote it to me. You said, keep your nose to the grindstone. I didn't know what that meant until I read through it more, and I let it marinate. Yeah, bro, you got to keep on working. 10 posts is not going to make it. 10 episodes is not going to make it. Sometimes 10 years won't even make it. I'm almost 6 years deep, and I still haven't made it this far. And a lot of people get discouraged. A lot of people get demoralized when they see that anybody that just showed up in the last 48 months blew the hell up. And they start blaming numbers. They start thinking bots. They start thinking different things. And then they start hating with each other instead of collaborating. There's three people that you need to get rid of. 3 people that you need to outwork: yourself, your past self, the person that you admire, absolutely, right? And then the modern day self. You have to tomorrow be better than today. Like today, you have to be better than yesterday. And you have to have haters. At the end of the day, who are you and how are you making it when you don't have any freaking haters? Doc Brown told me something right now about YouTube, where there's people, I'm not going to say the word leeching, but taking the free content, and they are. And they're here just watching, and I get it. They don't engage. And the only time that they engage is to talk shit about your freaking guests or your accent. For example, when I say humble host, they think I say homo host. Fuck you guys. It takes, I'm going to tell you something. I'd never spent so much money on gear before. If it wasn't for Doc Brown, Biblical Hitman, and Nick from the Occult Rejects that told me, yo, you need to gear up on your freaking camera. I just spent some money on this stuff, and I just found out that this shit is expensive. It's no joke. And it's not even to me profitable.
Ain't nothing to spend $3,000 on a camera. Ain't nothing to spend $3,000 on a camera.
Amazing camera, by the way.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I mean, that's part of it too. I mean, it's like anything else. It's about a lifestyle. I think how you said it, that's a perfect way to put it. You have to do it because you love it and condition yourself. This is what I'm going to do every single day, even if I don't feel like it, even if it's raining outside. No, you got to make it a lifestyle. And it's all about consistency, man. Eventually you keep watering the ground, something's going to sprout, but most people just give up. And
most people
a lot of people don't.
Word.
Yeah. And you don't realize too, a lot of these people, it's they complain, that they have to listen to ads, or they'll complain that, you put out, 2 or 3 episodes behind a paywall each month. And it's like, guys, you're still getting free content. Yeah, you got to suffer through the ads, but most of us offer an ad-free listening experience for $4 or $5 a month. What's $4 or $5 a month? Homeless people spend $4 to $5 a day on cigarettes. So it's like, I don't think we're asking for too much here, but like you said, they'll watch your stuff, never hit the like button, never leave you a review, never contribute to the show that they listen to every single week. But then you get one guest on that they don't agree with, and then they'll get their voice in the chat, or in the comment section, be like, oh, you platformed Ashton Forbes? Peace, I'm out. I'm like, most podcasters trip. I'm just like, bye, Felicia. We said it pre-roll, man. I would much rather have 1,000 loyal, open-minded people than 100,000 people like the one we just described, because those people are never going to contribute to the show. They're leeches. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. I get it. There's some people I'm painting with a broad brush. I know there's people out there that are struggling financially and just don't have the money. They're on fixed incomes. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about the people that's, got at least $400 to $500 in their bank accounts at all times, but they're like, I can't afford it, or oh no, no, you can afford it. You just don't want to pay, and then that's fine. You know what I mean? But they have no idea. They have no idea. Like you said, it's nothing to drop $3,000 on a camera, and most of us need 2. You got to have
Yes.
multiple angles. You got to stand out in the crowd. All your microphones, $500 microphone. You spend at least $200 or $300 in subscriptions for recording
Oh
equipment,
gosh. Yes, bro.
compressors, editors. If you are fortunate enough and don't want to fool with the editing, you got to pay for music rights. You got to pay for B-roll rights. They have no idea. It's like most podcasters are lucky to break even. So
Oh, 100%.
people don't do this to get rich. It's like people talk about, oh, you just write books to make money and get rich. No.
You gotta respect the hustle before anything. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I was having this conversation with Catalyst Jones today in the morning. I'm like, bro, you gotta keep your nose on the grindstone. Focus on yourself. Stop listening to everybody else. Stop waiting to see if you're gonna be relevant or not. Focus on yourself. You have a powerful week. Get through it. Plan the other one. Get ready. Network. It's very important. I think this is more of an inspirational talk, and that's not just for podcasting and content creators. It's anything in life.
Yeah.
What do you think is gonna make you stand out in the crowd? Do you think it's gonna be complaining? Do you think it's gonna be being stingy? No, it's actually gonna be dedication, resilience, consistency, and hard work. It doesn't change from that, bro. It's the same recipe for all type of entrepreneurs, all type of even you that you're probably check to check, working at a 9-to-5 job, making the white man rich. No offense, right? No offense to them. Not saying that because of you. But for example, in California, you're working on a 9-to-5 job, trying to make anybody else rich but yourself. And that still takes hard work. You're working so freaking hard to make somebody else rich instead of yourself. So I respect what you do, bro. I respect your book. I respect the hustle. Respect the people you rub doubles with. I respect your guests, and I respect your creativity. We lack, as content creators, we lack the idea of seeing other people grow before you and genuinely be happy for them, because there's egos, there's pride, there's whatever. I don't know what's that demonic entity that takes over your brain and says, fuck that guy. You have to understand that some people are better than you. Sometimes there's Lamborghinis for the road, and then there's also Forerunners for off-roading. Sometimes you're not an off-roading vehicle. Sometimes you need to be on the road, and some vehicles are made for different things. I myself,
comparison is the worst thing.
Oh yeah,
once you start comparing is the worst. So even in the workforce, your personal lives, I mean, just in general, when you start looking at other people and comparing yourself, that's when you start getting resentment and bitterness and hatred, and all that stuff is a cancer, dude. It will eat you alive. It's demonic. It will possess you literally. I use this as an example. Sad. Yeah, I had a job, dude, that I absolutely loved. Back probably 15 years ago or so. Had it made good money. At that time, most of the time I was sitting on my butt in the air conditioner, had it made, loved it. And it wasn't until I found out one of my coworkers that I outworked every single day was making, almost double what I was making. And then I started comparing myself and staring at him, focusing on him instead of myself. It made me bitter. It made me miserable. And I ended up getting mad and quitting that job. And then later I look back and I'm like, you had it made, bro, but you let a thought, an idea, a cancer get in there, and you let it eat you alive. And I was happy as a kid in a candy store for years. Nothing changed. It just, I changed my focus and was focusing on something else, and I ruined it for me.
From a podcaster that has written a book, successful, been a guest in huge podcasts that I only dream of being a guest in, what really catapulted you to change, to make Prometheus Lens, bro? What were your humble beginnings?
Dude, and this is crazy. I'm not really talked about this, so I'll lay it out for you. I started the Dig Bible podcast with some friends, and I guess just putting it, bluntly, just that they weren't as into it as I was, and we had difference of creative vision. I was like, dude, I want to do this for a living. I think, God's calling me to do this, man. Yeah. And they just weren't there. And I was cool with that. So, I mean, I still do that show with my friends, but I was like, I'm going to branch off and do my own thing. I said, but I'm going to stay with you guys. I said, but I just want to have something that's mine that I can do, what I want, talk to who I want to, do what I want. And that started. And honestly, me and my now ex-wife, everything was hunky dory with us until I started podcasting.
Whoa.
And I started talking about the darkness and exposing the darkness. And my house got hit with straight up spiritual warfare.
Shut the front door, bro.
Yes. And I mean, we were happily married for almost a decade, built a beautiful life together.
Wow.
But that cancer got in, and she was a stay-at-home mom. I worked 12 hours a day so she could stay home with the kids. And I don't know, man, it's just like she's seen, like if I get off work, if I wanted to sit on the couch and read a book after, working all day, oh man, it was competition. It had to go. And it ended up just sparking a huge divide in the house. And we were fighting like cats and dogs for a couple months. And it finally got to the point where she just basically told me, you're going to put all this stuff down or you're going to leave.
What?
And I told her, I said, I love you. I said, and I love this life we've built. I've worked my butt off. I said, but right now this relationship is doing nothing but taking from me. I said, this is the one thing that gives to me. I said, it makes me feel like I got a purpose, and I enjoy it. I said, don't make me choose. And she did. So I had to walk away from everything that I worked so hard to build for my entire life. I walked away with my car and the clothes on my back, bro. I ended up having to move back in with my mother at 40 years old, bro. That's why I work so hard. I'm going to succeed because I sacrificed everything to be where I'm at. And so there's a lot of people that can sit back and look at me and be like, oh, he's only been in this 2 years, man. And he's a plant. He's a fed, da, da, da.
Oh yeah.
No, bro, you come back to me when you've burnt everything to the ground that you've worked your whole life for and walk away and try something new. That's the reason why I succeed, because I gave up everything to be where I'm at. And I'll be damned if I'm going to fail.
That is a trailer right there. Ouch. Thank you for sharing that, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That. You know what, bro? I had Nephilim Death Squad on like 2 months ago. And I told them, yo, are you guys fucking feds? You guys are, I told them straight, you guys are fucking witches. I know you guys are. You guys did Bohemian Grove on the fucking summer solstice. I noticed, dude. And they were like, fucking Trebles. Like, yeah, dog, I fucking noticed. I'm like, you know what, bro? You got to fight fire versus fire and stick it to the man the way they've been sticking it to us, man. That noise. I'm telling you that right now. Because people think that because we're the good guys, and I'm saying quotations, that we don't have the balls, the grit, or the energy, the courage to fight these mother truckers, the mainstream media, and the people that control us the same way they've been hitting us with. We gave them a taste of their medicine, and now we are the fucking mainstream. So I told them, kudos. Who the fuck am I to judge? Shitballs, bro. Handle business. You guys are the walking dream. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want them to say, look at that motherfucker. And guess what they're going to say? Look at this fucking beaner made it out of fucking nowhere from San Gabriel Valley in California. Who the fuck is he? Little did you know I've been working my ass off for the past fucking 6 years. Like you, I've spoken with my wife many times. We almost broke up 3 fucking times since COVID. And one of the reasons was because I started talking about this shit. I told her not to get the jab. She got the jab. We almost broke up because of that. Told her not to convert. She converted. Then she fell off the conversion. I told her, I'm still the same dude. You fucking changed 3 times and I'm still the same mother trucker behind this freaking mic. The transition, the amount of people that I've lost, the amount of threats that I've gotten from my own raza that I call same Latino community people in my same hood just because I voted for freaking Trump and I don't have the same thought patterns that you guys have. The amount of people that I've lost, bro. I'm adopted. I was adopted by a family, the Mexican family at 12 years old. The people that have raised me, the people that I fucking loved, abandoned me too because I became a conspiracy theorist and I started speaking my freaking mind out. How does that fit in your brain, get alone in your freaking heart, and then still receive the BS lashback from all these people that think you're something else. I don't care. There's beefs, there's anger, there's a lot of shit talking, but you cannot come and feel somebody else's shoes based on how you feel. You can't. You can't do that, bro. And I entertain and listen to the people that try to put people down, because you're not going to make them enemy because of how they feel. But you step back and you watch who's successful, who's not, who has the door open, who hasn't, who, you know what I'm saying? Who's consistent and who's not. And they start dividing themselves. You don't need to divide anybody. They do it to themselves, quite frankly.
Yeah.
You know, I was
And
like
then that's
Catalyst
what's
Jones.
aggravating, is you get so many people that don't know the struggles and the things you've sacrificed to do what you do and be where you are.
That's nuts, bro. That's nuts, man.
And it's like, I hate to compare myself to, a prophet, but the story's similar. When you look at Elijah and Elijah, a lot of people don't really read the whole story in the context of that story. Elijah wanted to follow Elijah and be like his apprentice. And when Elijah was coming through the town, he seen him and come running. Well, he was a farm boy. He was in the middle of plowing his field and run up to him, stopped working, talked to him, said, "Hey, I want to follow you and all this stuff." He's like, "You got to give up everything. If you want to be with me and do what I do, you got to walk away from everything. Abandon everything and don't look back." Elijah burnt his plow and started walking. I burnt my plow. There's no retreat. There's no going back. And that's something, the Vikings did too. A lot of the times they landed on an island or whatever. They pushed the boats out or set them on fire. There's no retreat. It's either succeed or die. And a lot of people have to have that mentality, man. Burn your plow. If there's something you want to do and it's in your heart and you desire this and want to do this, you don't get nothing half-assed, folks. Burn your plow and don't look back. And what's even sad is how you talked about all this stuff. It even happens with the bigger name people in shows. I'm not going to name drop, but there's a really big show in this sphere like we talk about. I loved them. I listened to their show. I was a paying member and everything. And then once I started the show and started getting some traction and attention, I had a certain guest on my show and everybody started commenting, "This is the best blank interview I've ever seen of this person."
Yeah.
And then somebody tagged this other podcast and said #shots fired. And it wasn't even me, it was other people. And immediately I started getting blackballed. That person that I'd done that show with was already planning 2 or 3 other shows with me, and they're a big name. And they wanted me to send them the video because they wanted to put it on their channel, all this stuff. And then after that happened, all of a sudden, this person stopped responding to my emails. And then about this same time, a mutual friend of theirs, I went on their show, and we had each other's cell phone numbers. We were talking and planning more shows and stuff to work together in the future. After that show released, within a week, that person stopped responding to my text messages. I met another big name show at a conference, and they're buddies with this show too, but they didn't know. Got to talking to him. He's like, "Man, I love your shirt." And I started talking about my book. And he's like, "Man, here's my email. Holler at me. Well, I want to do a show." And then after that ordeal there, they found out and they stopped responding to my emails. So this insecurity even happens with these big name guys that we look up to and think are so great and amazing and killing it. They see somebody like us working hard and coming up through the ranks. And they circle the wagons, dude, and try to block you and get you blackballed and try to keep you down. And that just blows my mind. Because we're all supposed to be in this sphere that I'm talking about, Christian content creators. We're supposed to be lifting each other up. We're batting for the same team.
What was it that you said to me? high tides raises all
Rising
ships.
tides raises all ships. It's how it's supposed to be.
Very interesting. I've had people tell me, dog, I don't want to name drop. He's one of my best friends now. I'll name drop. I don't give a fuck if he gets pissed off. Catalyst Jones, right? He was big for a minute. He was fucking big. Yeah, as a matter of fact, about 2 years ago, I was collecting names because I was like off and on tweak. And then I was collecting names and I had all the big names I needed. I had a list of 18 dudes I needed. I got them all down. Then I was like collecting names. This doesn't do anything for me if I collect the names, but it makes me feel like I conquered something. And he was the last one that never saw my emails, never anything. Freaking shout outs to White Rabbit from Catalyst Jones. He was a fucking piece of shit before. Yeah, I fucking love you, dog. I think he's a Freemason. I'm not sure. But anyway, the point is, I walked around all his circle, got them all on the show, made tight friends with them, almost as a conspiracy to get him on the show. He was my last diamond piece for that season. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And finally he said yes. The day we recorded, we liked each other, right? I was like, cool. Then I had him on my 300th. And then we started freeballing. But once I had a panel of women on. Shout outs to Tammy. Shout outs to Janet. Shout outs to Heidi Love. Shout outs to what's her name? One Thumb Al, and forgot who else. Oh yeah, and Teresa from the Occult Rejects. And he said, "You met all of those girls through my friend." I was like, "No, I didn't. No, I fucking didn't. In fact, I met all of them before I got to you because I got how to use them to get to you." So for you to say that, it's kind of like, I believe me, bro. You were not the freaking catalyst of this, bro. And then, so we became enemies for a bit, right? And so the point is this. People say and tell you, oh, you got him, and everybody's doing their rounds with the same guest. Every guest does a different interview depending on the host. You will not, unless you're a fucking rifter, you will not. I've had people from like the occult, like from Cult of Conspiracies or any other badass podcasts out there on the show and then we had completely different conversations. We didn't riff off each other. We just, hey man, if in fact sometimes we even shouted each other out because they networked. So believe it or not, sharing your contacts and your resources, even if you vetted them or not, and you sharing that, hey, yo, you know what? I think this person's gonna do well on your show. I can't get the information, but you can because you're a fucking badass. I do that with Brad from the Awaken podcast and Bennett all the time. I send them shit all the time. And they're like, yo, bro, what's up? Bennett does the same for me. We share each other. Like, that's the community, bro. That is uplifting each other. I name dropped a lot of my friends out here right now because I freaking love you guys. Sometimes I had one of these dudes, I'm not gonna name drop his name, but he hit me up and he's like, yo, I'm gonna uplift your fucking YouTube. Do this. And he freaking uplifted my YouTube. I didn't even know how to do stupid things on YouTube yet, bro. And he goes, you're gonna do this and watch it grow. And it's grown. What happened overnight for this something to click in his heart and say, yo, Trebs, I want you to do this. Take it. And I took the baton. I'm like, hell yeah. You're helping me, man. Fuck yeah, let's go. I don't know what triggered him. Maybe it was a divine entity. Maybe God sent. But I thank him and amongst other people like yourself so much, not only for the time that they spent on my show, but the gratitude is real. I'm telling you something. To me, bro, this, like you said, after it became a lifestyle, it means the freaking world to sit down right here and share time with you guys. It means the world. And I don't do it for a buck. Trust me, everything that I do is for free. You can find it for free. It's nuts.
Yeah. And I was trying to think, man. I kind of had a brain fart. But
I said a lot in a little bit, but yeah, match out to all the people. And Catalyst Jones, you're not fucking love you, dog.
Yeah. And like me, like I said, I'm a work horse. That's just how I am. And it was beaten into me as a child. You work, you can have, my old man used to tell me, you can have anything you want in this world, Justin, but you got to be willing to work for it. Ooh. He said, in some nicer things that you want, you might have to work a really long time, but it's not impossible. If you got the will, put your nose to the grindstone and don't look up till you get what you want. You can have anything you want. And me, I work, 40 plus hours a week on my job. And then I'm coming home and I'm reading, I'm researching, I'm taking notes, I'm typing out scripts for shows, I'm sending out emails to guests and recording and editing and doing documentaries, writing, working on a book. I mean, I am go, go, go because I'm working for what I want. And I know it's not going to be handed to me. And sometimes I get tunnel vision because I'm so laser focused, man. And even like that chat you mentioned that we're in, there's a lot of, podcast and content creators in that group, but somebody could easily get the wrong impression of me because I hardly talk in there. I bet some people's like, Doc's stuck up. He don't never talk and da. It's just, dude, I'm just not a social bug. I have my nose down and I'm working. And as well as I do, I might not be the first to reach out to you, but if you reach out to me, I'm going to respond every single time. We're going to schedule a show together. We're going to work together. I'm all about doing that. It's just sometimes I just get tunnel vision and my head's down and I'm running. So every once in a while, it's like, you got to tap me. So it's easy to get the wrong impression of somebody. You got to try to give people the benefit of the doubt and ask them, if this works in your personal life too, guys. If you work with somebody around somebody and they don't have much to say to you or they don't talk to you much and you're like, that person don't like me, F that guy, and you start building all this hate and resentment. This person probably don't even have a ill thought about you. It's just they're in their own world. They're laser focused on something. And don't assume, that's like that old saying, what happens when you assume? You make an ass of yourself. So go up to that person, be like, hey man, I think we could have a lot in common, or I think we could be good friends, but I kind of got this vibe that you don't like me, you don't want to talk to me. And then boom, the wall's knocked down and there's some clarity there. So it's like, just because, someone don't do XYZ or meet your expectations don't mean that they don't like you or they don't want to be friends with you or they don't want to give you that promotion, whatever thing you want to add into that. So it's just communication, guys. Communication.
Very basic. I think this episode's gonna be, because we're going nowhere, but this episode's gonna be called the podcaster experience.
Yeah.
Content creator experience. Yeah, a lot of people, bro. Not a lot of people that are going through the strains of demoralization. I go through it, man, maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah,
it's good encouragement, dude, for other content creators. But at the same time, I think it's good for the listeners. They get a kind of view behind the curtain. Because I can't tell you how many times I've got a comment, saying, oh, it must be nice just to sit on your butt and talk and charge people money, and this, that, and the other. And all these, comments that's just coming out of plain ignorancy. And it's like some people, they want to be ignorant. They don't care. They have their thoughts and their thoughts is the truth and they're not willing to entertain anything else. But there are some that, if you give them a truth and a perspective and let them see something in a new light that maybe they hadn't thought about or seen, will pivot. You know what I mean? But that is not the majority. I will say that, though.
I'm the father of a teenager, a toddler. I have a sick wife with lupus. I'm a battling addict, recovering addict at that. And I'm also a full-time provider, professor, and protector of my family and my home space. And I am also a full-time podcaster. I breathe, eat, and shit Paranoi Radio podcast. I'm going to tell you guys something. I walk out of to my break. I'm in the shitter at my work. I'm eating, I'm drinking coffee, whatever it is. I'm editing, I'm thinking, I'm networking, I'm podcasting, I'm searching, I'm doing a live, I'm replying to comments, I'm liking every single person that's engaged on me on YouTube. I'm going back. I'm hardly reading analytics because I'm too freaking busy replying to you guys on YouTube and on Rumble. Mad shout outs to everybody out there right now. If you haven't already done so, make sure you check out Doc Brown and Prometheus Lens. It's going to be in the description of the show. I just wanted to give a little meat right there. But yo, bro, it is hard to keep up with the greats and also to stay sane while doing it. I'm telling you, bro, I'm on Sora trying to work out a thumbnail for Instagram. Mind you, I can't use it for YouTube. I have to make a new one for YouTube. Putting it in a caption while I'm driving on the 105 back from LAX in the middle of traffic and then getting calls, replying to the emails, It's hard. By the time I get home, I record 2-3 times a week, and then you have to edit the audio, and then the uploading, which it takes 2 hours
Forever.
to upload on YouTube, upload
That's
on
the
Rumble.
worst part, dude. That's the worst part is uploading
the
all
worst
the
part.
crap. Because like
And I
me,
do
I
it.
upload to YouTube, I upload to
Mhm.
Spotify and Apple, Spreaker. Then I upload to Supercast for my ad-free episodes for my contributing members, and it's just. And then the social medias, you make all these reels and posts, and you got to post to TikTok, you got to post to Instagram, you got to post to Facebook, and you got to do all this crap just to stay relevant. Because if we're just being honest, I mean, I'm all for free will and everybody doing what they want to do, chase your dream. But reality is reality. The market of what we do is so saturated.
It is, bro.
Everybody and their cousin has a podcast. So there's things you have to do to stand out in that sea of people, and I think that's one reason maybe why that I have had success early on. Besides God, I'm not taking away from God's blessing that he bestowed upon me. But when I come in, I was like, I'm competitive, dude. I come in to win. I ain't playing for second place, daddy. So I bought me a nice camera right from the rip, bought a nice microphone from the rip, took out loans to get this stuff. Okay. I ain't rich. I took out loans, still paying on some of this stuff. That way my audio was top notch. My video was top notch from day one. I'm standing out in the crowd. I'm posting every single day on social media because I want to stand out in the crowd. All these things you do, the book, it's whether do you want it? Anything in life, the promotion, guys, the weight loss, whatever you want to put to this, do you really want it? What are you willing to do to get it? And I hate to repeat an old Southern saying that I done Hitchens with once, but I want it to sink in. You can have anything you want, but you got to be willing to work for it. And never compare yourself to somebody else and say, oh, I could be doing what I want to do if I had this person's connections, or if I had this person's money, or I'm not where I want to be because of him, her. No. There's one person that's in your way always, and that's yourself. It's mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter, baby.
That's right. Woo! And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys had that was refreshing. We didn't get into conspiracy theories or the takeover of the world of satanic worship and all the matrix. And we didn't break through the matrix today, guys, but we gave you a little piece of reality.
Somebody needed to hear it.
Yeah, somebody needed to hear it. Again, I want to give a hug, a giant digital hug, to every single person that's been on the show, the people that have collaborated, the community, the people that kept it real with me, the people that kept it fake with me, the people that kept it fake with me and then came back and kept it real with me, because I have many of those too. People are people. Emotions will run. We run mostly on intent and instinct, and I get it. Shit happens. But I'm going to tell you something, bro. Reach out. If you want to start something, reach out. When you start it, try to end it on a high note. You're going to have lows, a lot of lows. You're going to have more lows than highs. But once you get that one high, bro, I remember 3 years ago, the Maui fires happened. 2.5 years ago happened. It was a sad time. I had 750 followers on Instagram. And no, more than like 23 people were listening to the show. I posted something about direct energy weapons. Blew up overnight, the Instagram account. It's hard to translate those numbers into downloads, but. And you know what? When people said, you bought bots, I was like, nah, dog. I just posted regardless of your likes or not. And it went from 12,000 to 25 to almost now 30. Thank God. And I'm not trying to boast myself. I swear to God, because those numbers don't translate into downloads. Again, I say that for the second time. But it's a blessing to be able, as a part of my testimony, to say, I'm not only recovered, but I'm also blowing up somewhere and I'm doing something right. There's a recipe that worked. And the recipe was consistency. Like you said, the moment you freaking compare yourself, you start self-doubting yourself, and it's destroying you from the inside out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make sure you check out Doc Brown. Where can they find you one more time? Where can they find your book?
Oh yeah, man, I appreciate it. It was a good conversation. And if anything, hey, it felt good just to hit that release valve and let off some pressure. Even from myself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But guys, if you enjoy, ancient lost civilizations, Bigfoot, cryptids, Dogman, ancient alternative history, all that fun stuff, giants, we talk about all of it, conspiracy. Just come check us out, the Prometheus Lens podcast, anywhere you can consume content, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all the social medias, all the things I posted every single day on social media, posting reels every day. And the book is The Epic of Esau, Birthright, and Seed War. You can go to my website, PrometheusLensPodcast.com, and get a signed copy with a little goodie bag. If you are interested in that, it's $25. If you are in the United States, $20, I think, on Amazon, 10 for the digital. And I had just finished the audio book. So I know, not everybody can read. I'm just joking, or don't want to read, or don't have time to read. So I have finished the audio book. It's been submitted, and it's supposed to be, I submitted it like 8 or 10 days ago from the time of this recording. And they said it could take anywhere from 5 to 10 days for approval. So hopefully by the time this comes out, hey man, just go to Audible and listen to the book. It's in my voice. No AI crap. I read it myself.
Whoa, that's freaking nuts. Look at that. I like it. I like that shit. Original, bro. I like that. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this episode goes out to the listener of the week. Her name is Wake the Flock Up. Wake the Flock Up. Thank you so much for engaging on Instagram and commenting, and for the new follow. Your headliner says Isaiah 5:12. Woe those who call evil good and good evil. Oh yeah, I like it. Thank you so much. This episode goes out to you, and mad love and respect to you, Doc Brown. Thank you for stopping by today and giving me your energy, your wisdom, and donating some time to the show and my humble listeners. Every single one of you guys out there, you guys can be the frequency. Change your tone, change your lifestyle, and watch how the miracle starts spreading around. Guys, God bless you guys, and make sure you check us out at ParanoiRadio.com. Drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. That allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoyed making it. Peace.
Paranoid Radio.